Hi, David. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. And you? How are you?
Yep, I'm good. I'm good. So definitions matter.
Definitions matter. They do matter. And we've got four different content blocks which sort of touch on this in different ways. The first
We
one,
start with, sorry.
go ahead.
No, I think I was going to say what you were going to say. The first one is the one that I think we both agree is it's the trickiest.
It's the hardest content block of them all. Why we're starting with the hardest content block, I don't know. But anyway, questions, understanding what's the right question. It's so difficult. And actually, even with John, when we were going through and actually doing our reviews of the different content blocks, this is the one where it's a difficult concept, and he recognizes this is his learning curve. And so I think this is the one which is going to challenge our audience the most. They may not get it, but just starting to think about it is really a good start.
Agreed. Agreed. And then we go on to variable definitions. A really interesting one, I feel, and especially with COVID, really opened the door to
exactly. Everybody understands this now, because in the COVID case, everybody knows that every country measured COVID cases differently and COVID deaths differently, and so that definition, when you're putting your data set together and you're doing multi-country comparisons, well, it really makes a difference how you define a COVID death, how you define a COVID case, and the fact that these are different from one country to the other, well, it affects everything you're doing, everything you're concluding.
Even within a country, even over time zones, Scotland and Wales had different, and England had different ways, and we changed the definitions during
over time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember one day when there was a big spike, and that was because the definition changed that day.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the heart of understanding the data that you're analyzing. So it's a really important one.
Then proxy.
Oh, proxy. Yes.
Proxy was one I hadn't really thought about too much before.
But I love proxy because it's not good or bad. There are some really good cases where you can use proxy variables to try and understand things you cannot measure. But at the same time, if you use a variable which is a proxy for something else, and you could be misinterpreting and thinking that's causal when it's not. It's just correlation. And so this is thinking about proxy variables themselves and how they can be used and how they shouldn't be used is really important. And
finally, false positives, false negatives.
Yeah, I mean, how you define your categorization changes what the impact of whatever you're building in different ways. And do you want is it equally bad if you have a false positive and a false negative, or maybe is a false positive worse than a false negative? If so, then you might want to sort of take that into account in what you're building and how you're building it. And this is a wonderful one.